Ale Moreno is here with me as we look ahead to the second leg, the final leg of the Eastern Conference Championship. Ale, this is close to his heart because of Columbus Crew and everything that's going on there. So let's start there because we know that Toronto are the heavy favorites there in Canada as well. So how do Columbus approach this game?
Knowing that perhaps it was disappointing in how the game played out in the first leg, but understanding that you did not give an away goal. And that puts you in a situation where if you go into BMO Field in Toronto and you get yourself an away goal, now you're forcing the hand of Toronto FC.
Because they could go through with a draw.
Well, indeed. And so that's part of what perhaps Columbus can look into and say, you know what? We get ourselves a goal away from home. Now it changes the dynamics of the game. The last time that we saw Toronto FC play at home in the playoffs, it was a disaster against New York Red Bull. They almost were out of the competition, should have been out of the competition had Bradley Wright scored what had to be a sitter for him. He missed that chance. Now Toronto FC gets a second opportunity. And oh, by the way, they did not lose away from home without Josie Altidore, without Sebastian Jovinko. Those players are now back. It gives a different version of Toronto. If they play at their highest level and at their highest potential, it feels like Toronto would go through.
All right, well, as you mentioned, Josie Altidore and Sebastian Jovinko are back in this one. They weren't too Toronto without them, rather. Their attack wasn't spectacular in that first leg. So what does Columbus do to try and soften the blow that these two could bring?
Yeah, I think you play. The issue for Columbus is how do you outplay Toronto at their own game? Because Columbus is similar to Toronto in some ways in how they like to play and how they like to use the attacking talent that they have, how they want to get Higuain involved. All those things need to happen. But in order for you to be able to do that, in order for you to have the ball, you have to be mindful of the fact that Jovinko is back there. And Altidore is back there. So if you're committing these numbers forward and you feel good about yourself and you feel confident, Higuain has the ball and Nola Camara is making runs and all of a sudden things are happening for you and you lose the ball in a bad area, the counter is going in the other direction and you have difference makers. And Sebastian Jovinko is as important as difference maker in this league. And Josie Altidore has been good for Toronto. So you have to be mindful if you're Columbus not to chase this game. Let the game come to you, be disciplined, be organized, sometimes something that you struggle with, and then from there feel the game out and see where you are. 60 minutes in, 70 minutes in, the game 0-0, now the tension becomes higher not only for Columbus, but even more so for Toronto, who's the home team, and they are the ones that should be holding that home field advantage.
All right, well, before we go, can I squeeze a quick prediction from you?
You know where my heart is.
Columbus.
You know where my heart is. But Toronto's going to go through.
Oh, how that tastes coming out
hey,
of
that's
your
all right.
mouth.
Hey, hashtag save the crew, baby.
Hashtag save the crew, indeed. Let's see if they can save themselves come Wednesday night.